Hi, and welcome to Engineering 200. I'm your instructor, Professor Chao-Shih. Today is our week 3 for Engineering 200. Let me switch to the canvas so you can see what we have to do for this week. As you can see, this is our course website. The calendar tells you what you have to do. We finished chapter 2 last week. Well, actually, we didn't finish it, chapter 2. We were on the chapter, the first half of the chapter 2. We introduced the working environment of the AutoCAD and give you some basic skills to draw shapes in AutoCAD. We're going to continue the chapter 2 to finish the third week tasks. If you don't have the book right now, if you click on the link, the CH2, the chapter 2, you will be able to download a PDF file. That file is the year 2018 version, but the content is about the same. You can use that to work on the assignments for the second week and third week. But please make sure that you get the textbook as soon as possible. If you still wasn't able to get the textbook, and I can borrow you my book as well. So contact me if you need a textbook. All right, let's look at the content for this week 3. We're gonna start with some command related to the more advanced way to draw shape in the AutoCAD. Let's click on the module 5 objectives. As you can see, we are going to look at the modify and annotation panel. On the ribbon at the top of the Windows version, the Mac will have different arrangement. I think the Mac has the vertical arrangement on the left-hand side. The Windows version is on the top row. But you can try to find those things. If you couldn't, then just follow the way that I told you to use the command instead of looking at icons. We're going to focus on modifying and annotation. You can see there's some small icons on this panel. Those are the functions that they categorize then into different panels. We're not going to cover each one of them, and some of them you might not going to use it until very late, or you're going to use most of this command when you do the assignments. What you have to do is after you finish the content for this chapter or this section, then you will work on quiz 5, which is the lab for today. And it will help you to practice some skills. Certain things I didn't ask you to do, but I encourage you to try those things, which will help you to more master the skill of using AutoCAD. Let's look at the second page. The next page gives you a more detailed look at the modify command. Again, there's so many of the command under the modify panel. We're not going to talk about each one of them. There's a video to show you some of the command, including the copy, move, rotate, mirror, trim, extend, and fillet. And you can watch this video to see what those are. The following several smaller video will give you other ideas of using modify commands, such as this one here, the array. Array is one of the command in the modify, which is right here. Now, whenever you see there's a triangle on the right-hand side, it's probably is not so obvious, just like a black dot. It is actually a black triangle. And when you click on this, you have multiple options under the name of the array. Same thing for the fillet and trim. So click on this will give you more options. And this video is going to tell you how you can use different kind of array to quickly draw an object that is going to duplicate it. The next one is a command called offset. So if you don't know or you couldn't find those icons, just type offset and you will see the command. Normally the name of the command is going to be the name of the function that we mentioned here. The offset can make like a smaller or larger objects based on your drawing. It will duplicate one with a different scale. So either larger or smaller. So it's a very, very useful if you wanted to draw, say, like a shell of something, you know, an object has a thickness, then you have outer circumference and also the inner one. So how do you make these two? And if the thickness is about the same, then it's pretty easy. Just use the offset, and it's very precise, and you don't have to duplicate the job. After you learn all these commands, the next one we want to focus on is so-called object snap. The object snap abbreviation is all snap. It's the command that you can select certain things, certain features in your graph. When I say feature, this feature could be like a turning point. This feature could be like a mid point of a line. And it could be like a center of the circle. So those things is useful because when we draw a shape, sometimes we will use those points as the reference point. So how do you select right at those points? That's important. And the AutoSnap is the tool that can help us to select the point that you don't need to worry about, oh, would that be offset by 0.001 centimeter or millimeter? You don't need to worry about that because when you select the AutoSnap, it will select the point right at those features. Now, certainly, if you want to select certain point, that's a kind of weird dimension. It's not in the middle. It's not like at the end point. And then you have to use the traditional way, try to figure out how do you move the coordinate such that you can have the coordinate at the point that you want to select. So AutoSnap is very useful. And when you type the command called AutoSnap, you're going to see this window pop up, and you can see there's smaller icon over here. Each one of them represent the different features of your graph. So you can try those things. I do encourage you to try those things. And one thing I wanted to remind you, this is one of the popular question in the certification exam, is that they will give you different shape like that. And they will ask you, you know, like when you have a circle, what does that circle means? When you wanted to have AutoSnap, and you wanted to find AutoSnap when you wanted to draw something around the quadrant of a circle, then what is the shape of the AutoSnap will display? Well, that quadrant is a diamond shape like this one here. Then you have to know, well, this represents a quadrant. So this one, I do hope that you can spend some time, look at these things, get familiar with these things, which is going to help you on the certification exam. You can also turn on that by another way. That is, if you have the drawing window open, then go to the bottom of the drawing window. Normally is on the right lower corner of that window. You're going to see some smaller icons. And some of the icon will have the blue color. Some of the icon have the white color. The blue color meaning is turned on. The white color meaning it's there, but you didn't turn on those functions. So if you wanted to use AutoSnap, this one here, this red arrow pointed to a square with a dot on the left upper corner, that is our AutoSnap. So you don't need to type the command AutoSnap. You can just simply click on this one to turn into the blue. That means I'm going to use the AutoSnap function. The good thing about the AutoSnap is that you only select they only move the mouse to a certain point. But sometimes you do have an occasion you're going to select the point which is not at those particular feature point. And if you turn it on, it actually will prevent you from selecting a point that is other than those features. So sometimes you have to turn it on, sometimes you have to turn it off. Now, over here, we'll turn it on. Again, on the right-hand side of that blue square, you can see a triangle, a white triangle. Now, the white triangle meaning you can open it up, you're going to have multiple options, which is what happened if you click on the triangle right next to the square, blue square, you're going to see those things show up. And those things are the things that represent those different features that we just showed you before. Hi, Dimitri. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Any question for me before I start?
No.
No. Okay. I'm actually recording a video, so I'm in the middle of the recording. You can see this page. If you open the browser and look at the canvas, this will be the module 5 of the third week. I'm explaining what you have to do. So if you don't mind, I will just continue my recording from here, unless you have a question.
No questions.
Okay. All right, so this is the on snap, all snap. All snap is a command that gives you these options that you can select those things. Now the check mark, whatever that you like. Sometimes it's actually good. Don't check mark everything, because if you check mark everything, then all the point will shows up, and it might be harder to select the point that you wanted to use. So just select those check mark that you need, and then it will be actually better. There is a video about the all snap command that you might want to watch. So this small video will explain some of the details about the all snap. So this is a very useful command to help you to draw shapes. Let's look at the next page. Well, the next page, we're going to show you an example. How do you use modify command? And also with the all snap. And you will see how I draw this shape by using those commands. So watch this video and follow through this video. If you want, you can pause when you do the practice, open your AutoCAD, just follow my instruction and do this step by step, and to learn how to use the modify and all snap command. After you go through those things and you can look at the book, the book explain more detail, and then you are going to work on the Lab 5 quiz. Let me just give you a preview what this quiz is. So you have several multiple choice questions you have to answer. There's 2 things that you have to do the drawing, you have to submit. And these 2 are the tutorial of your textbook. A 2.17, this number might not be correct. This is a certain version, they put it in the 2.17 section. Just look at the Wagon tutorial. So you are going to do the Wagon tutorial. You're going to draw these pictures, starting from drawing the ground with the grass. And then you're going to draw this car, the stop post, the sun. So all these things is going to tell you a lot about the command that you can learn from the modify. There is a video that I found out from the internet that this professor explained the whole process of draw this picture. If you don't want to follow the textbook, if you wanted to watch the video, then you can follow the video and draw the picture as well. So this video will help you to finish this task. The next one is once you finish the previous one, and I wanted to show you the previous one again, so I will show you the difference. This is the previous one. The car is right here. It's only had like a one shell of the car. Stop sign upright, sun is on the right. Now they want you to use the modify command. The sun goes to the left is a smaller version. The stop sign is not upright, it's actually tilted to a certain angle. this car over here moved to the left, and it's double shell like this one here, right? So, and I believe the handle also changed as well. It was on the right, now it's changed to the left. So how can you do that? Well, you're going to do another tutorial as in your textbook. If you wanted to watch the video, this video will explain how you can do that from this one to this one here. Okay, so this is a very simple, straightforward, but you do have to spend some time to do that. All right, the next one is going to be your homework 3. So the homework 3 is that you are going to use the command that you learn from those video, and then you are going to create a drawing like this. So you don't draw these arrow just kind of give you the notes where those points are. A lot of time I find out people make mistake when they doing this assignment. I'm going to tell you what are the common mistakes. The common mistake is to assume this one here is just an arc of the circle. Well, it's actually, yes, it's an arc of the circle, but it's not using the center point inside of this graph. It's actually when you draw this arc, you have to follow the instruction over here. Okay, the arc has a radius of 4. It's not going to be using the center as the arc center. So there's several different ways you can select the arc. Look at the arc selection. The one that you are going to choose is that you're going to use the radius and 2 ends. So one ends at here, one ends at here. So you can specify 2 ends with the radius, then the computer is going to draw the arc for you. The second common mistake that I saw is this one here, is like the fan look bones right here, like is a quarter of a circle with like laser light radius hours. So in order to make this one, you need to use an array. So if you couldn't figure out how to do that, and then go back to the video that show you how to do an array. So this is something that you're going to do for your homework, which is due next week, I think. Okay, so that is our module 5. We show you some modify command. We show you all snap. Both things are important. Next one I'm going to introduce is the module 6. Well, actually, I'm going to talk about module 6 on Thursday. I'm going to stop it here, so I'm going to keep this file for you to watch. All right, Dimitri,